Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Wednesday. Big NBA slate today, 14 matchups. Be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And if you guys want to join my premium private Discord, go ahead in the link below, posting all my plays in there each and every day. And good community to have that we're building up in there. So, yeah. Hop in it. Monster slate today after only the 5 matchups yesterday, which had a really good day yesterday. Starting with the Washington Wizards versus the Charlotte Hornets. Hornets opening up as a 4-point home favorite with the over-under at 242.5. Wizards coming into this matchup 2-11. The Hornets 4-9. Head-to-head, Washington is 2-1 in the last 3 head-to-head meetings. Washington 1-9 in their last 10. They're on a 6-game losing streak, coming off a 13-point Bucks loss. And the Hornets coming off a big Celtics win, winning by 3. What a game that was in overtime. I mean, this is just a horrible matchup here. Both teams, the bottom of the barrel in the NBA. Washington 1-12 on the road, 2-10 on the road against Charlotte. Charlotte, a little bit of momentum coming off a Celtics win. This Washington team is just very bad here. Going to be very bad all season. Hornets probably still going to be bad all season here, but I think they have a much better younger roster than the Wizards. Coming off a big momentum win. With how bad the Wizards have been on the road, give me Charlotte -4 and money line at home. Next matchup, we got the Denver Nuggets versus the Orlando Magic. Denver opening up as a 3.5-point road favorite with the over-under at 217.5. Denver coming into this matchup 10-4. The Magic 9-5. Head-to-head, Denver 8-2 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. They've been very dominant against the Magic. Don't see any major injuries here. Denver coming off a Detroit win. Magic, they're on a 4-game winning streak, coming off a Toronto win. I mean, they're hot right now, 5-1 in their last 6. Denver currently 0-6 covering the spread, 0-5 covering against the Magic here. Yeah, that's definitely kind of concerning here. But win-wise, they're 5-2 on the road against the Magic, 12-2 against Orlando. They've been dominant head-to-head. They've just been very bad covering the spread. Magic playing good at home, 5-1 covering at home here. And yeah, don't sleep on this Magic team. They're playing very good. I like Denver on the road here. You got Jokic and the coach coming off an ejection. I think they're angry coming into this game. Magic coming off a big win yesterday. Coming off a back-to-back, though, coming off a dominating Toronto win. Denver getting a day rest. Actually getting a 2-day rest here. I think I'm going to have to take Denver -3.5 and money line on the road. Next matchup, we got the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Boston Celtics. Celtics opening up as a 6-point home favorite with the over-under at 234.5. Bucks coming into this matchup 10-4. Boston 11-3. Head-to-head, Boston 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Don't see any injuries in here. Boston getting Al Horford and Derek White back, which were out last game. Bucks, they're on a 5-game winning streak. Definitely turn things around, playing very well right now. Boston coming off that tough Charlotte loss. The Bucks, they haven't been good against the Celtics. They're 0-5 covering the spread against the Celtics. 2-7 covering on the road against the Celtics here. Boston 7-2 covering at home against the Bucks. 5-0 at home. Yeah, getting Derek White and Horford helps out a lot for this squad. A tough Charlotte loss. It is what it is. Charlotte just played better that game. I like the Celtics at home. It's just going to be tough for the Bucks to win on the road here. I know they're playing well. Haven't really played top talent here as of late. And going to be playing a very tough Celtics team where they've struggled against Boston and on the road here. Going to be a battle, going to be a good one. I think I got to take Boston -6 and money line at home here. Next matchup, we got the Brooklyn Nets versus the Atlanta Hawks. Hawks opening up as a 3.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 234. Nets coming into this matchup 6-7. Hawks also 6-7. Head-to-head, Brooklyn 7-3 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Brooklyn still dealing with some injuries. No major injuries for Atlanta, coming off that big loss yesterday where they 157-152, which has been the highest I've ever seen. They're on a 3-game losing streak right now. Brooklyn on a 2-game losing streak. They've had a couple days off here. Brooklyn 8-3 on the road against Atlanta. 9-3-1 covering the spread. They've been able to cover the spread here at a pretty high rate. Atlanta 3-8 at home against Brooklyn. Yeah, Atlanta coming off that crazy game yesterday here. I don't know. I think it's a good spot for Brooklyn on the road. Coming off a back-to-back for Atlanta. Give me Brooklyn plus 3.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Toronto Raptors versus the Indiana Pacers. Pacers opening up as a 3.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 238.5. Raptors coming into this matchup 6-8. The Pacers 8-5. Head-to-head, Pacers are 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Don't see any major injuries here. Both teams coming off a back-to-back. Toronto coming off an Orlando loss. They're 1-3 in their last 4. Pacers coming off a crazy Atlanta win yesterday, 157-152. Toronto 1-4 covering on the road against Indiana. 1-4 straight up against Indiana. They've struggled against the Pacers here and on the road. Pacers, look out. Pacers are playing very good basketball here. Thought they would be a team that's tanking. This is a very good team. Tyrese Haliburton putting up MVP type numbers here. And Raptors kind of been a letdown. Bad loss yesterday. Give me Pacers minus 3.5 on money line at home. Next matchup, we've got the Miami Heat versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. Heat opening up as a 2.5-point road favorite with the over-under at 210.5. Heat coming into this matchup 9-5. The Cavs 8-6. Head-to-head, Miami 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. No Kevin Love for Miami or RJ Hampton. Cleveland said, LeVert, Donovan Mitchell, Ty Jerome, Isaac Okoro are all questionable. Remember, they've been out the last couple games. Won't know that until later on today, so I'm sure that'll impact the line moving forward if they do return. Miami coming off a big Bulls win, and they're 8-2 in their last 10. They're playing very good. Cleveland on a 4-game winning streak, coming off a big overtime win against the Sixers last night. Miami 4-1 on the road, 14-5 against Cleveland, 14-6 covering against Cleveland. They've been very good against the Cavs. We're going to see if Cavs got any of their guys back today. Man, this one's a tough one. Cleveland underdogs yesterday. Actually, they've been underdogs the last 2 games, and they've coming off a big Philly and a big Denver win. Cleveland playing hot right now. Garland playing good. This team is just playing good. And we'll see if any of the guys come back, but they're hot right now. And I think at home, give me a shot with Cleveland plus 2.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Clippers versus San Antonio Spurs. Clippers opening up as an 8.5-point road favorite with the over-under at 231.5. Clippers coming into this matchup 5-7. The Spurs 3-11. Head-to-head, Clippers are 8-2 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Don't see any major injuries here. Clippers on a 2-game winning streak. They just beat the Spurs last game, 124-99. Yeah, Spurs on a 9-game losing streak. Just a horrible stretch for the Spurs right now. Clippers are 6-0 against the Spurs, 6-1 covering. 6-1 straight up on the road against the Spurs here. 5-1 covering against the Spurs. They've been dominant against the Spurs here. Spurs 0-6 at home. I just don't see it. Clippers team too talented. Give me the Clippers minus 8.5 and money line on the road. All right, next matchup, we've got the Chicago Bulls versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Thunder opening up as a 7-point home favorite with the over-under at 225.5. Bulls coming into this matchup 5-10. The Thunder 10-4. Head-to-head, Thunder 7-3 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. They've been pretty dominant against Chicago here. No Jalen Williams for OKC. Chicago coming off a bad Miami loss. OKC, they're hot. They're on a 5-game winning streak, coming off a monster Portland win. Chicago just 3-7 against OKC. 0-4-1 covering against the Thunder right now. Thunder 5-0 covering the spread on this win streak. 5-1 covering at home. Yeah, Thunder playing hot. Bulls just a letdown. They have a talented like starting five, but man, they just don't play well. The Thunder, what a surprise start to the season. They are 10-4. I mean, man, one of the hot teams in the league. Give me Thunder -7 and money line at home. Next matchup, we got the Sacramento Kings versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Kings opening up as a 2-point road favorite with the over-under at 236. Kings coming into this matchup 8-5. The Pelicans 7-7. Head-to-head, Sacramento 2-1 in the last 3 head-to-head meetings. Sacramento got a lot of bench guys questionable today. Don't see any major injuries for the Pelicans. Sacramento coming off a horrible loss against the Pelicans in the last game. These teams just played each other. The line was the exact same too. Sacramento was a 2-point favorite. Pelicans won 129-93. Just a disappointing game for Sacramento. They are just 2-4 covering against the Pelicans here. Pelicans 5-2 covering at home. Getting underdog value again at home after that big game. I don't expect the game to be like it was last game, but yeah, I'm going to still take a shot with Pelicans +2 at home. Next matchup, we got the Philadelphia 76ers versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota opening up as a 4.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 221. Sixers coming into this matchup 10-4. Minnesota 10-3. Head-to-head, Philly's 8-2 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. They've been very dominant. Philly coming off that overtime loss yesterday against Cleveland here. All those guys logged a lot of minutes yesterday. Minnesota on a 2-game winning streak. They've had a day of rest coming off a big Knicks win. Philly, if you look at the numbers, they've been dominant against Minnesota. 10-2 against Minnesota. 10-2 covering against Minnesota. 5-0 covering on the road against Minnesota. I mean, this Philly team's been just insanely dominant against Minnesota here. Minnesota 7-0 covering at home. 9-1 in their last 10. Minnesota playing some of the hottest basketball in the league right now. The numbers are in favor for Philly. But I'll tell you what, I look at this game here. Philly coming off a very tough loss last night. All their main guys putting up like 40+ minutes here off a bad back-to-back. I don't know, man. I just see this as a vulnerable spot for the Sixers here. I like Minnesota. I really do. The numbers are not going to support it, but Minnesota's playing really good right now. And I think I'm going to take a shot with Minnesota, -4.5 and money line at home here. Next matchup, we got the Memphis Grizzlies versus the Houston Rockets. Houston opening up as a 5-point home favorite with the over-under at 212.5. Grizzlies coming into this matchup 3-10. The Rockets 6-6. Memphis 9-1 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. I wouldn't look into that too much based on what we've seen so far from the Grizzlies this year and how just injury decimated they are. Memphis coming off a Boston loss, a tough Boston loss. Houston on a 3-game losing streak, coming off a Warriors loss. I mean, the ugly looking matchup here. If you look at the numbers, Memphis, they've been dominant against Houston, but this is a year where Houston's actually the better team than Memphis right now. They're 6-0 at home, 8-0-1 covering the spread. Houston playing well, covering well. I know they're on a 3-game losing streak, but they've been a little surprised so far this season here with some of the wins they've had. And this Grizzlies team, I just can't trust them. I just can't do it. Give me Houston -5 and money line at home. Next matchup, we got the Utah Jazz versus the Portland Trail Blazers. Jazz opening up as a 2.5-point road favorite with the over-under at 225.5. Jazz coming into this matchup 4-10. The Blazers 3-11. Head-to-head, Utah 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Utah on a 3-game losing streak. Tough little stretch for them. They have not played well. But their last win was against Portland, 115-99. Portland on an 8-game losing streak right now. Utah's 9-4 against Portland, 4-1 on the road against Portland here. I think it's a good bounce back spot for a Jazz team that hasn't been playing well, up against a very bad Blazers team. Give me Jazz -2.5 and money line on the road. Next matchup, we got the Golden State Warriors versus the Phoenix Suns. Suns opening up as a 1.5 point home favorite with the over-under at 231. Warriors coming into this matchup 7-8. The Suns 8-6. Head-to-head, Phoenix 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Draymond's still serving his suspension right now. Don't see any major injuries from Phoenix. Warriors coming off a Houston win, ending their 6-game losing streak that they were on. Phoenix coming off a big Portland win last night. They're on a 4-game winning streak. They're playing great. Golden State 1-4 covering against Phoenix. 1-5 on the road against Phoenix here. Yeah, the Warriors beating the Rockets, but still, the Warriors have been a mess. And Phoenix playing good. Both teams kind of trending in different directions here. Gonna have to roll with the hotter team at home. As long as they're not resting Booker or KD. Give me Suns -1.5 and money line at home. Then the last matchup, we got the Dallas Mavericks versus the Los Angeles Lakers. Dallas opening up as a 2.5 point road favorite with the over-under at 240. Dallas coming into this matchup 9-5. The Lakers 9-6. Head-to-head, the Mavs 7-3 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Don't see any major injuries here. Looks like Lakers lost Cam Reddish last game. Lakers coming off a back-to-back. You know, we'll see if LeBron and Anthony Davis play. I'm sure they will, but you never know on a back-to-back. Dallas on a 2-game losing streak right now, coming off a tough Sacramento, or a bad Sacramento loss, let's say. Lakers on a 3-game winning streak. I mean, they're playing good basketball here. The Mavs, though, 8-1 covering against the Lakers. 5-1 against the Lakers. They've been very good against LA here. Going to be a star-studded matchup as long as Lakers, as long as LeBron and AD play. Luka, Kyrie, they've been dominant. They've been playing such good basketball lately. And you get the Kyrie, versus LeBron's little lower revenge action. I mean, you already know, sure, I'm biased with this pick, and I will be until the Mavs are just completely horrible, but they're not horrible. On a little losing streak, but hey, that's not going to stop me here. I'm not in love with Lakers on a back-to-back. And, yeah, I like the Mavs. Give me Mavs -2.5 and money line on the road. I think Luka dominates in LA. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Wednesday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Thursday. Have a good one.